Why waking up at 5 a.m. is bad for a successful business. Does your number one, your top 2022 resolution just happen to have to do with maybe waking up early, specifically before sunrise? Well, you may be doing yourself more harm than good. Before we get into what to do instead of waking up at 5 a.m., let's talk about how we even got here to begin with here today, right? So it's the 11th day of the year. That's my master number, by the way. Love is my master number for those who follow numbers. But with that being said, it's 11th day of the year. And how are you feeling about your resolutions? Now, don't feel bad. Don't feel guilty. This is literally, you are not alone. By the third week of the year, a majority of people have already given up or quit on their resolutions, right? Literally January 19th is known as sort of like the quitter's day, so to speak. Tonight's episode is for the right way to get more stuff in your business and life, right? And 5 a.m., not that right way. Now, before we get into that, I know some of you are likely new. So first, I want to say welcome. You are watching Entrepreneurship is a Marathon that happens every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern with yours truly, Vanessa Zammy. And I am the business defibrillator. I consult business owners on how to revive, grow, and scale their purpose-driven business without burnout, without sleep deprivation, and without meditation. So the first time we're getting a little too about like time and me waking up and all that sort of jazz. So I don't wake up at 5 a.m. I don't. For me, actually, what I realized was that spring and summer, I tend to wake up like around 6 or so, just naturally. And also, by the way, so I wake up without an alarm. I try to get at least 8 hours of sleep a night. And I say try, I mean, I do get at least 8 hours of sleep a night, sometimes 9 hours. But I wake up early, or I wake up, essentially, I don't do alarms. When I say early, I mean essentially before 10 a.m. I wake up with the sun. Pretty much what I do. I wake up with the sun. What that means, though, is that what ends up happening, what I realized was that naturally what was happening was that during spring and summer, I would wake up around 6 a.m. just like naturally. And then during fall, winter, I wake up around like 7:30 or so, right? And it really just aligns with the whole daylight savings and all that sort of jazz. And it didn't matter when I went to sleep at night, the night prior, right? Whether it's 10 p.m., 10:30, 11 o'clock, etc. It's like religiously spring and summer, I just wake up early because the suns wake up early. So I wake up early. And then fall, winter, I wake up later in the day. Now, here's the thing. In the fall and winter, what I would say is I'd be like, oh my God, like, at some point I would just stop waking up early. I'm like, oh man, I'm clearly like being lazy and like why can't I just wake up early? And I would start to set alarms like, oh, wake up early, Vanessa. Like don't let the fall hibernation or winter hibernation get you. Wake up early. Right. And then I had to realize, no, it's all right. Right. I had to have patience and flexibility with myself. And I realized another thing as well, too, in terms of how to find the time to do it all. We'll get into that a little bit later in this episode. But before we go into that, at least, something that I always do every episode for those who aren't new, we always go through this for those who are new. What has been your win of the week? So even if you're watching a replay or you're watching and joining me live here on Facebook or LinkedIn at 9 p.m. Eastern on this Tuesday, I want you to type in the comments, what has been your win of the week? What has been your win of the year thus far? Essentially, let's celebrate, right? It is important to celebrate your wins because in those moments where I was like, oh my God, I'm so lazy. Oh my gosh, like I can't wake up early anymore. Like, during the fall and winter. Because at the time, it didn't feel like, oh, it's during the fall. It felt like, oh, I can't believe it. I was waking up early last week and now I'm not this week and this week and this week. Oh, I just keep happening. I'm self-sabotaging. Oh my God, right? I like to remember my wins, right? And so it's always important for you to acknowledge your wins. So as I do every single episode, what has been your win of the week, right? Type in the comments, Facebook, LinkedIn, or even on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed yet, the button's at the bottom below, but you can comment on this episode here on YouTube. My win of the year, or win of the week even, right, has been essentially yesterday, Monday night. I can't believe it was Monday night. Yesterday. But Monday night, for those who maybe hear my nasal stuff, I'm covering from a cold, essentially, from the past weekend. But Monday night, last night, a client mentioned to me, actually, she mentioned to a group, we just happened to be in like the same like community group, a mastermind meeting that I host, and she was just impromptu. She just mentioned it. She was just like, the best decision I ever made was hiring Vanessa in 2021. The best decision she made that year was hiring me in 2021, right? And that, honestly, that's just my soul. That touched my soul. Like, when you get unexpected, just beautiful, positive reviews from clients and customers, it just speaks to you and touches your soul. And it's like, yes, this is why I'm out here. Absolutely. With that being said, that's been our win of the week. But what has been your win of the week, right? Type in the comments. Even if you're watching the replay, let's celebrate your wins of the week. But with that being said, let's get to the topic. Get back to the topic here tonight. Why is waking up at 5 a.m. bad for your successful business, right? And as part of this new year yourself, perhaps you too, as many of my colleagues and my clients have said, you want to make this your best year yet. So you said you're going to act different, do different, you're going to change your whole life. And that includes waking up 2-3 hours early. But now you're finding yourself, maybe you didn't hit that alarm earlier today. Maybe it didn't happen for you. And maybe you're feeling bad about yourself. You had this resolution to wake up early and it's already day 11 and you haven't quite hit all 11 days of that. But you were told that if you wake up early, you will get more done. Successful people wake up early. You got to wake up early too. No. Here's the thing. In theory, perhaps you would say, okay, well, I would have more time. Of course, it makes sense. I get more stuff done. Why? Because I would have more time. If I used to wake up at 7 a.m., then if I wake up at 5 a.m., then I'm waking up 2 hours earlier, which means that I would have 2 more hours in the day. The logic seems to make sense, but that's not really how that works. What you need to do is you need to find another time to do what you need to do, right? Because waking up at 5 a.m. is bad for you. That is really what it comes down to. If you are not a 5 a.m. person, you deciding you're going to wake up 3 hours earlier is bad for you. You probably find yourself, let me guess, I probably guess that you decide to wake up, like when you wake up, you probably feel really tired. You probably feel exhausted. You probably feel like, oh my goodness, I don't want to wake up this early, right? And that's how you feel. But guess what? That's how you also start out your day. Because don't they also say you should start out your day early and positive and all that thing, right? And so you're starting off your day like just feeling terrible and right? And then you're saying to yourself, oh, I'm waking up to get stuff done. But now you don't really feel good about the stuff that you're getting done because in order to do that, you had to wake up 5 a.m. and you're like, oh my goodness. Or even 4, even 4:30 or whatever time you decide you want to wake up. And then you'll find that probably what you're finding is that by the time you get to 7 a.m., the time maybe that you used to wake up, or 8 a.m. or 9 a.m., that now you're tired. You're like, it's nap time now. You're like, OMG, it's nap time now, but you can't take a nap because that's not how your schedule was planned out, right? No, it was not. It was planned for you to be awake after 7 a.m. and you decide to also add an extra 2 hours in there. But I say this to say, we're going to go into what to do differently because you're probably like, well, so Vanessa, what should I do instead? We're going to get into that. But first, I need to grab myself a quick bit of water. So I'm put a little screen here. 1 second. And if you haven't yet subscribed for the YouTube, you can scroll to the bottom. We'll be right back after this quick water break. All right. So can you see me? Can you hear me? Here we go. Okay. So yes. So essentially, when it comes down to it, right, what should you do instead of waking up at 5 a.m., right? Because waking up at 5 a.m. is bad for your business because it's bad for you. As I always say, you are the core of your business. And if you are not able to show up and be your best self and optimal self, you're not really doing much service to anyone, really. You're not really being productive to your business at all. But you say, but Vanessa, they say it's healthy. I feel better when I get more stuff done. Until you realize you don't like what you did, or you're exhausted when you go to bed, or you're exhausted when you wake up. I mean, are you ever really actually awake, like to experience the life that you're experiencing? Here's the thing, though. Here's what you need to understand. Different people operate at different times. That's it. Different people operate at optimal times at different times. Some people, you may have heard this. Some people are morning people. Some people are evening people. Some people are afternoon people. Bless their souls. I'm not an afternoon person. I'm a morning person and an evening person. The afternoons, I'm just like, oh my goodness, why do they exist? Siesta time. Like what? Okay. But that's how I essentially operate. But with that being said, many people have different time frames. And so some of my clients, for example, I have one client who wakes up at 4:30 a.m. I have another client who wakes at 7 a.m. Another client, 10 a.m. Another client where she wakes up at 6 a.m. because she actually has to work and she has to, like, based on the time of commuting to get to work, that's why she wakes up at 6 a.m. Other clients, 10 a.m. Right. And the thing is that it's not like one client is less successful or more successful than the other. Guess what? My 10 a.m. client, she's getting $180,000 per year in sales in her business. Okay. As a full-time entrepreneur. right? And you have another client who wakes up at 6 a.m. and she's also successful in her business as well too. And so waking up at 5 a.m. does not necessarily mean that you will or you will not be successful, right? Essentially, it means that if you are a morning person and you wake up at 5 a.m., but if you're like me, you wake up with the sun is not even up at 5 a.m., okay? Especially not in the winter. The sun is like, we don't have anything to like miss out on. Maybe you're like, but Vanessa, I'm missing out on things. Listen, you're missing out on robberies. You're missing out on some crimes. You're missing out on creepers in the middle of the night, right? Like that's what you're missing out on at 4:30 a.m., okay? So you're not missing out on anything. Enjoy your dreams, okay? Enjoy your dreams, enjoy your energy, because by waking up when your body does not want to wake up, you're missing out on rest, you're missing out on healing, you're missing out on that which your body needs to really get things done. And you're like, well, Vanessa, I still need to get stuff done though. Maybe you're like, there's still not enough time in the day for me to, maybe you decide to wake up early to get an exercise in. Maybe you decide to wake up early because you can't seem to, before the kids wake up, right? So like before 7 a.m. is when the kids wake up, essentially is, when the kids are asleep. And so that's your window of time frame. You get even more time to actually, get stuff done, right? And so maybe that's why you decide to wake up early. But the fact of the matter is that you need to find a different time to actually get your stuff done. And that's a whole another episode we get into. I'm probably not gonna get into tonight, but essentially what I do want to talk about though, I do have a masterclass where we're gonna get into it. So Thursday night though, because I don't have episodes on Tuesday, but Thursday night, 6 p.m. Eastern, I am hosting a masterclass on how to grow your purpose-driven business without burnout. And in that masterclass, we're going to talk about 3 secrets, but secret number 1 is how to find the time to do it all and balance all the hats in between. And we're going to be going into tactical, actionable strategies and tips for you to actually find the time to get stuff done, right? And it's not just, being patient with yourself and being flexible with yourself, although that is definitely important, but it's also how to actually tactically find and look at your schedule and look at ways for you to get stuff done. I have helped single mother entrepreneurs. I have helped full-time entrepreneurs with demanding day jobs, entrepreneurs who are, community volunteers, and they have demanding day job. They're VPs, and they're also at the same time working on businesses. I have helped entrepreneurs with multiple businesses, okay, with their success schedule and finding time to do the stuff that they need to get done, right? I've helped clients who thought they only had 2 hours a day, find 18 hours of week during the week, right? They only thought they had 2 hours in the week. I'll help them find 18 hours in the week to get stuff done that they needed to get done, right? And still get 6 hours of sleep a night while also managing their kids under the age of 10. So the fact of the matter is you can definitely find the time to do what it is you need to get done. But you waking up at 5 a.m. when you are tired and exhausted and trying to get stuff done, when you're just like, you're like half awake trying to like work on a flyer for your business. You're half awake trying to like get this email out, like you're not even seeing what you're writing, honestly, at the end of the day, right? And you're not even able to think clearly or think optimally when it comes to making strategic decisions about your business. As a fact of the matter is, whether you are at, your one solopreneur self or 5 people on your team and you're one of the 5 people, you are at a place in your business where you need to show up. Right? You need to show up as optimally and best as you can so that your business can continue to operate as best as it can as well too, to serve your clients and to serve your customers the way that you want to serve them. That's what it comes down to, right? And so waking up at 5 a.m. is not for everybody. It's not. And it does not mean whether or not it's not the deterrent, right? It's not going to be the determining factor on whether or not you are successful or not. As I mentioned, I have a client wakes up at 10 a.m. That's her thing. She's like, I can't do anything before 7 a.m. I don't want to talk to people, right? She literally wakes up, watches a TV show for 30 minutes, and then she gets stuff done, and she still makes, right? She has actually been in business for more than 10 years in business. She's already defeating so many more statistics, right, than you can imagine. She's been in business for more than 10 years and is still getting 6 figures in her business per year in sales, right? And so the fact of the matter is waking up early at 5 a.m. before the sunrise is not your definition. It's not definition of success. It really isn't. And so if that is not your thing, if you find yourself this year trying to wake up earlier to get stuff done, that is not the move for you, right? Do not try to switch your entire lifestyle. It is about adapting and flexing with what it is and optimizing what it is that you are able to, right? And so we're going to get into even more of that specific top 3 strategies and steps that I take my clients through in terms of helping them to find the time to do it all. We're going to be doing that live together over Zoom. So live over Zoom on Thursday night, 6 p.m. Eastern, how to grow your purpose-driven business without burnout, without sleep deprivation. So I'm going to put that link actually in the chat or in the comments, so to speak. I've been saying chat all day because I've been in Zoom all day, but it's comments for Facebook and LinkedIn. So I just put that there in the comments. But it's the businessdefibrillator.com/January, and you'll find the link will be there for you to sign up. So you're gonna go there. It's gonna be an Eventbrite page. You're gonna sign up, get your ticket, and then I will see you on Thursday night, 6 p.m. where we dive even deeper for a good 30 minutes at least. And so the class overall is 2 hours long. It's a really in-depth class. It's actually pretty powerful. Great feedback from it thus far from people. So it's pretty powerful class. And so, but we'll be going into secret number 1, how to find the time to do it all, definitely in that class. So you definitely don't want to miss that. 6 p.m. Eastern, Thursday, January 13th, live on Zoom specifically. So in order to get access to the Zoom link, grab your ticket using the link below, thebusinessdefibrillator.com/January. You don't have to worry about spelling it. I just literally put in the link. So don't worry about spelling the word defibrillator. Just, look at the links there, or you can look in the profile or description of the video. With that being said, have a lovely rest of evening. And for those who I haven't said it to yet, Happy New Year, and enjoy your resolutions, right? Ensure that you are definitely making 2022 your best year yet. And it starts with ensuring that you are your best self as well. And so if you're looking to grow your purpose-driven business without burnout, without sleep deprivation, and without meditation, and you're looking to hustle and breathe, then that is why my clients call me the business defibrillator, because I help bring life back to them and their business. And how I do that, I'll be diving deep into all of those frameworks on a Thursday, January 13th at 6 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you grab your ticket using the link below in the comments so that you can get access to the Zoom to join us Thursday, January 13th at 6 p.m. Eastern for how to grow your purpose-driven business without burnout, without sleep deprivation, and without meditation. Chat with you soon.